Good morning. Let me try again. It's been a minute since I left the video, and so hi everyone. I hope you're doing well. So there's this new, I don't want to say new, but I want to put new in inverted commas. There's this new term called, that's banding around the spiritual circles at the moment, called unity consciousness. And it's amazing concept. It's a mind concept though. It's a meat suit concept. It's not a God concept. It's a very nice, I don't know, I actually don't like it. I'll be honest. I don't like it. And I'll tell you why. Because we are not separate from God. There is nothing that needs unity. Yes, as humans, we live with this illusion that we are separate. Separate from each other, separate from this table, separate from the floor. It's an illusion. It really is. Jesus said to his disciples, I am the light of the world. Then in another gospel, he said to them, you are the light of the world. Because Jesus did not see separation between him and his disciples. In the same way, he doesn't see separation between us and him, God. Source, spirit, life, creation, the universe. There is no separation to begin with. That's why unity consciousness is really kind of a fake label, a nice sounding human construct. It's not real reality. Real reality is that I am not separate from God. That sounds crazy. And if I'm not separate from God, and we all carry God's DNA, imagine that. Imagine truly understanding that you're a fractal of God. I mean, what wouldn't you do? What fear would be too much for you to face? Would you embrace the healing journey more openly and not terrified like the mind likes to terrify the shit out of us? What wouldn't you do if you truly knew, in the core of your being, that you are a son and daughter of the God Most High? And you are not... I am trying very hard to record this video for like the fourth time. And, well, I live on a farm at the moment. And there are dogs and chickens and animals that make a lot of noise. So let me explain the non-separation from God, because somebody might twist what I'm saying and thinking I'm doing the whole new agey thing of I am God. Well, in a way you kind of are, but let me explain. So if you think about the ocean, and you look at an ocean and you see billions upon billions of transient waves, big waves and small waves, and does the wave think it's separate from the ocean? Or is it actually, it's not the ocean, right? A wave is not the entire ocean, but it is not separate from the ocean. Imagine if the wave thought it was separate from the ocean. Then every time another wave would come, it would be like fear, survival mode, like that wave is going to swallow me up and then I'm going to exist no more. But a wave is not separate from the ocean. It is not the ocean, but it is not separate from the ocean. And that's like us, we're the waves. And in the same way that one wave here in South Africa and another wave on a shore in New Zealand, they don't know each other, but they are not separate from each other, are they? No, they're not. They're all part of the ocean. And God, creation, source, spirit is the ocean. Okay, I can use another example. I can say, imagine that God was the sun, right? Source of all life. And we were the rays of light traveling from the sun. Rays of light. I need a ray of light, Lord, somewhere. Yeah, there we go. A ray of light. That ray of light is not the sun, but it is not separate from the sun. And that is non-duality. Okay? There is no unity, because unity implies there are a million people and they unify, they come together, right? And there's still individualism represented in the concept, unity consciousness. That's why it's a nice, easy, understandable, accepted concept of the human mind. It has great intention behind it, but it lacks the depth of truth to the saying, to the understanding there. And that is that nothing is separate from God. Not this table, not my dogs, the chickens, the birds, the lions next door. Nothing is separate from God because we are all inside of God. Nothing can exist outside of God, right? This is amazing for me because when you truly understand that you are not separate from God, that you are a child of the God Most High, that you are a son and daughter with light at your core, what can't you do? What dream can't you pursue? No. There's nothing you can't do, right? Nothing. Pause. The next profound thing that hit me was that if I'm not separate from God, what does that tell me about me? Is this I am in the human experience? It tells me I'm whole and I'm complete and I lack nothing. Any lack is an illusion, right? It also tells me that if somebody else hurts me, and if I truly love myself, forgiving them is an act of self-love because they are me. They're a different facet of me, like a diamond has, 100 different facets, sides. I'm this side, and the diamond is, you are that side, but I'm still a diamond. Does that make sense? So, yes, unity consciousness, great human term, lacks depth. If you understand that you are not separate from God, you're not separate from me, that your experiences impact me, that my healing impacts you as the collective. So when one wave grows bigger and bolder and with more courage, it affects the whole ocean. It affects the whole ocean. I really struggled with forgiveness in my life. I've had a lot to forgive, and the hardest forgiveness I struggled with was forgiving myself. But when I understood that every human being is really just doing the best they can, even as toxic as they can be, and we can be toxic as fuck, right? When I forgive them, I forgive myself. When I forgive myself, I'm forgiving them. When I love myself with wholeness and I put myself first, it's for the best of the whole ocean. Because if every piece of the ocean put themselves first and love themselves completely, knowing that they carried this divine DNA at their core, we would have the new earth here now. And it is here now. This is kingdom living, this thinking that I'm sharing with you. This is the kingdom. It's where I reside and live every day. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's a process and it's a journey, and you'll do it your whole life. But I'm not separate from you. There's no need for a mind construct that says unity consciousness. I just know at my core. It doesn't matter who you are, what you've done. If you're in prison for whatever, I don't care. Because spirit is evolving, expanding, learning through each of our life experiences. I hope this has helped you today. Love and light. God bless.